Welcome to the Choose. I'm Anthony Hahn, here with my co-host Brandon Howard. Would you like to say a few words, Brandon?
Hey everybody, I'm Brandon Howard. I'm the co-host, and I'm here.
And that was, in fact, a few words from our co-host Brandon Howard. He is here in the booth with us right now, and by us I mean me, and by the booth I mean my apartment. All right, so lots to cover this week. Carson Hocevar nabbing his first career win at Talladega, becoming the second driver in 2 weeks, along with Ty Gibbs, to get his first career win. So a lot of exciting moments happening in the sport recently, and a couple more things to talk about. We'll go ahead and dive into that.
So, pretty big news in NASCAR this week. Obviously, I'm sure most of you have heard if you're listening to this. Jim France, CEO of NASCAR, is taking a step back, and Steve O'Donnell will be fulfilling that role as CEO.
Now, obviously, this is a pretty big shakeup. The France family has been in charge and has owned NASCAR. I mean, since Big Bill France introduced us to NASCAR. So Steve O'Donnell coming in is pretty big news. It's finally outside the family. And I will say I think Steve O'Donnell coming in is kind of a here's what we've got for now. I think they're going to find somebody else to fill that role a little bit later on. This is just kind of a short fix, I think, but it is welcomed to see, especially with Ben Kennedy becoming COO. These are the guys that have pushed for a lot of the schedule changes that we've had so far. Some of the different things that we've had in the sport that have helped to continue to grow the sport. So I'm very excited to see what Steve O'Donnell does as CEO, although I don't think many things are going to change. I am interested to see what kind of changes we do see if he is in this role for, an extended period of time.
Yeah, anytime that there's a switch, whether it's a CEO being fired, a CEO resigning, retiring, whatever it is, whatever organization that happens to goes into sort of a what's next phase, and a lot of people don't know what to expect. I'm assuming the France family, you know, probably was like molding this guy to take this over, but it makes me think about Xbox. Nothing to do with NASCAR, but new CEO steps in. The public perception of that was this woman is going to ruin Xbox, and now she has done all kinds of amazing stuff. People are really starting to root and love Xbox again. I could definitely see something happening with NASCAR, whether they are planning to move on from Steve O'Donnell, 2, 3, 4 years down the road. He's just a stepping stone or not. He has a chance to solidify himself if he makes some really good decisions and continues to help NASCAR get on the map. But I do kind of wonder how long his leash is. I'm assuming he may have the title, but I'm sure there's still limitations. So I'd be curious to see how long his leash is, and if he does make any bold changes. I mean, the Xbox CEO went in there, made some great changes. You see it all the time. I mean, another gaming company, Ubisoft, like they get a new CEO and everybody hates Ubisoft now. So I'm interested to see what happens with the sport.
Yeah, going back just real quick to the Xbox CEO, phenomenal job she's doing. Absolutely phenomenal job. I don't know her name. I wish I did off the top of
No,
my
I
head,
can't remember.
but I have seen a lot of the things that she's doing, and in a time where it looked like Xbox was kind of dying off, getting a new role in that CEO position and the things that she's done has been a tremendous help for Xbox. So hopefully we're seeing the same thing with NASCAR right now. Um, there have been a lot of really good changes in this sport over the past 2 or 3 years. There have been some pretty bad ones. I think getting rid of the playoff format and going back to a points based championship standing system is a huge step in the right direction. I also like the Hell Yeah campaign that they're doing, and I think Steve O'Donnell came up with that. It's a good way to connect to some of the younger audience. which is a market that NASCAR really needs to try to tap into a little bit more, is the younger, Gen Z audience. And I think the Hell Yeah campaign is a good way to do that. So I'm very excited and optimistic to see what Steve O'Donnell has for the future, and to see, just how far they go with him. Because from what I've been hearing, Steve O'Donnell is a temporary fix at CEO, a temporary solution. But I mean, who knows? Depending on how the next, season, next couple of years go, Steve O'Donnell could assume that role and have that role for an extended period of time. So I'm excited for it.
Yeah, and one more thing to add. I just looked at Steve O'Donnell's age and Ben Kennedy's age. Is that his name, Ben Kennedy? Yeah.
Yep.
Steve O'Donnell's 71 years old, so he's pretty up there. Ben Kennedy's 34. So the reason I point that out, NASCAR obviously has been entering a pretty big revival as of late. They've been becoming a lot more relevant again, hence why I'm here. Steve O'Donnell, being 71, I would venture to say he's probably a little outdated to stay there for a long period of time. I would agree with you and with what the rumors are. I would say it's very possible that maybe they just want to see how Kennedy does as the COO, and maybe they're setting it up for him. 34 years old, he's a lot closer to the younger generation. He's going to know the trends a little more. I could see that being a route where they're like, hey, NASCAR's got a lot of momentum right now. Let's train up a young buck to get in there, and let's hear what he has to say. Let's see how he does. And worst case scenario, you got Steve there to steer the ship in the right direction again. So that's just my take. I mean, you've seen it again. Back to the Xbox thing, they went with a younger CEO that just knew the millennial and Gen Z generations way better, and they've had really positive results. So I could see NASCAR doing the same thing.
And while we're on the topic of, new young guns taking the reins, Carson Hocevar, with a phenomenal drive, riding the Dente to the front of the pack at Talladega, getting his first career win. Again, this is a week after Ty Gibbs notches his first career win, so it's pretty cool to see two young guns that in back-to-back weeks have got their first Cup Series win. And I mean, Carson Hocevar, this was a long time coming. This is a guy that you just had the feeling he was going to break through at some point. And frankly, I'm very surprised that it wasn't any sooner. But when you have a young guy with the talent, the raw talent that Carson Hocevar has, along with the aggression that, not a lot of drivers in the garage have anymore, that's a recipe for disaster if you are one of the other teams or drivers in the garage area. Because Carson Hocevar, now that he has finally broke through and got that first career win, I think he's going to shock the sport. I think everybody knows what he's capable of, but I think they're really going to find out what he's capable of here within the next, season into the future. And then, of course, one of the big talking points this entire week, ever since Hocevar won that race, was the celebration that he did. I'd never quite seen anything like it. I saw it live. I couldn't believe it. I was grinning ear to ear. It was absolutely just awesome. Unique. It really shows Hocevar's personality, and I mean, that's a clip that's gonna go viral. The more that he gets to do that. But Brandon actually has not seen this celebration yet. He didn't watch Talladega on Sunday, so I want to get his reaction to it. So we'll get that video pulled up. I'm just gonna shove the camera in your face, and I'll get all of your thoughts on pretty much everything that's about to transpire. It looks like it's gonna end bad right now, but yeah, there we go.
Oh, dude. All right, now now gas it.
Never seen anything quite like
Yeah,
this,
I,
have
I'm
you?
like I really like it though. I agree with the commentators though. I bet you they're gonna ban this.
So, funnily enough, you would that was, I think, everybody's first reaction was, "Holy shit, this is so dangerous." They're absolutely not letting him get away with this, but they don't care.
Oh,
They seem to like the celebration.
I mean, these guys are professional drivers. I mean, they know what they're doing. It's not like he's getting in there some random dude with a. It's just a lot of power underneath him. So I think like in our minds we're like, whoa, that's crazy. But I mean, he literally drives these cars every day. So
He doesn't drive them sticking out the window every day, though. But I will say it was a pretty badass moment, and I love seeing unique celebrations like that. I mean, this is going to be one that we talk about as possibly one of the greatest celebrations, not only in NASCAR, but I mean all of sports. I mean, this is
yeah,
something else.
yeah, you got the smile on the face. The chili, oddly enough, the Chili's car and the outfit just seems right for the celebration too. Like he looks clean, dude.
I love seeing unique celebrations like that. I mean, this is going to be one that we talk about as possibly one of the greatest celebrations, not only in NASCAR, but I mean all of sports. I mean, this is
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah, you got the smile on the face. The chili, oddly enough, the Chili's car and the outfit just seems right for the celebration too. Like he looks clean, dude. The all black looks so clean. Wasn't he
So again, Carson Hocevar, shout out to you. Legendary celebration that's gonna live. I mean, for forever. That's gonna be a celebration that we see in pretty much every promotion from now until the end of the sport. Um, it's awesome to see the young guys doing so well, and with two young guys earning their first career Cup Series win, can we get a third driver winning his first Cup race at Texas on Sunday?
It's Heim time in Texas. Corey Heim driving the 67. He's getting it done in Texas this week. He's going to get his first career win. What do you think?
I have to agree. I'm hitting the gas on that one. I know that Corey Heim's running a part-time schedule in the Cup Series. It's insane a kid that has the amount of talent that Corey Heim does isn't in a full-time Cup ride. But I think, look, we've seen the speed from Trackhouse all season. Obviously, Tyler Reddick's got 5 on the season. Bubba Wallace, he's been having some good runs. Even Riley Herbst, who a lot of the guys, I mean, not even think it's pretty obvious that Riley Herbst is the third man at 2311, but even he's been having good runs this year. They've got speed in the 2311 camp, and I think Corey Heim has all the talent in the world to go out, get his first career Cup Series win on Sunday, and do it in a part-time entry. He's been dominating the Truck Series right now in a part-time schedule. There's no limits to what this kid can do, and especially in good equipment. I like Corey Heim as a pick on Sunday. Now, if we're not going off of who's going to get their first career win, who's going to get their first win in almost a year? I like Kyle Larson as a pick at Texas too. He's going on, I think, a 33 race winless streak, which sounds pretty bad. But you got to keep in mind, this is the guy that won the championship last year. They've been just trying to find any momentum they can in that 5 car. And I think Texas is a good opportunity for Kyle Larson to finally break through. Finished last at Talladega on Sunday after being involved in the huge one. But I think that Kyle Larson and Cliff Daniels, they're going to turn it around. I think they could find themselves competing at Texas. I think Kyle Larson could possibly break this winless streak at Texas on Sunday.
It's very hard to get rid of the yips. That's a baseball term. I know this isn't a baseball podcast, but what did you said? 33. He's 33.
33 race winless streak. His last win was at Kansas in 2025, the spring race.
Yeah, it sounds like a case of the yips. Very hard to get rid of. But I will just say this. This is more of an emotional thing. I would like to see Reddick finish in the top 10. He's been having a really good year this year. I'd like to see him back in the top 10 this week. Finished 14th last week at Talladega. So I'd love to see him continue to have a good year. Other than that, I'm sticking with Heim.
Yeah, Heim time. You heard it here first. It is Heim time in Austin, Texas, or Fort Worth. Fort Worth. I forgot we have 2 tracks in Texas. But yeah, it's Heim time. I think it's a good pick. I really hope they unload with speed. I would love to see Corey Heim become the third driver in a row to get his first career win. And, buddy, look at the clock right now. What is it telling you? What time is it?
It's Heim time.
Baby, come on.
Everybody, make sure you get a bush apple too on Sunday. If you haven't gotten it yet, you need to get them.
Yeah, don't forget, Bush Light Apple is out. It's here, and you know what they say? A bapple a day keeps the doctor away. That's all this week on The Chews. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll be with you probably sometime next week. Hell, who knows? Maybe sometime this week. Couldn't really tell you. We're on kind of a weird schedule right now, but one thing's for certain. It is Heim time in Texas. Thank you, and good night.